day, everyone. My report is all about the four career stage and the seven domain of a professional teacher. So today, we tackled about the four career stage and the seven domain of a professional teacher. So let's start.
So here, we tackled first the beginning teacher's competencies for career stage level 1.
The four career stage of a professional teacher. So, in career stage 1, we have the beginning teachers. So, beginning teachers, these are newly licensed teachers who have just entered the profession. They are still learning on how to apply their knowledge, their skills, and teaching strategies. And of course, in beginning teachers, these are new teachers that learning the basics of teaching. In career stage 2 is the profession teachers. So profession teachers, these teachers already have classroom experience. They can handle teaching tasks more confidently and effectively. So they know how to manage students, plan lessons, and learning assess well, or in assess learning well. So and also in career stage 3, we have the highly profession teacher. So highly profession teachers, these teachers go beyond just teaching. They serve as role models, innovators, mentors to other teachers. So the last career stage is the career stage 4. So we have the distinguished teachers. So distinguished teachers these are expert teachers that who shows exceptional leadership in education. They influence not only in their school but also the wider educational community. So and also they are considered as masters teacher or masters in their profession. And also, distinguished teachers also considered called as expert, leadership, and influencer in education.
Beginning teachers are professional educators who have completed their training and are starting their teaching careers, bringing fresh perspectives and enthusiasm to the classroom. As professionals, they are committed to ongoing learning and growth, developing their skills and expertise to provide high-quality education for their students. Proficient teachers are experienced educators who have demonstrated mastery of teaching skills and subject matter expertise, consistently delivering high-quality instruction that meets the diverse needs of their students. As professionals, they are committed to ongoing professional development, refining their practice and staying current with best practices to drive student achievement and success. Highly proficient teachers are master educators who consistently demonstrate exceptional teaching skills, expertise in their subject area, and a deep understanding of student needs, leading to outstanding student outcomes and serving as role models for colleagues. Distinguished teachers are master educators who have achieved the highest level of teaching excellence, consistently demonstrating exceptional leadership, innovation, and impact on student learning, while also contributing to the growth and development of their colleagues in the broader education community.
So let's proceed to the seven domain of a professional teacher. So we have the first domain, we have the content, knowledge, and pedagogy. So the first domain in content, knowledge, and pedagogy is these domains is about the teacher's knowledge of the subject and also the teachers on how to teach or to help students on how to the students learn them effectively. So we have the 7 strands of the first domain, which is the content, knowledge, and pedagogy. So here the first strands is all about the content knowledge. So teachers must know their subjects well and connect it to other subjects. And also teachers should explain clearly so that students can understand and easily to get the lessons or easily to understand about the topic. So the second strands of a domain 1 is all about the research-based principles. So teachers should apply proven methods of teaching. So like for example, using group activities because studies show students learn better through collaboration. So the third strands of the domain 1 is all about the positive use of ICT. So using technologies responsibly to support learning. So for example, showing an educational video about a climate change in a science class to much better understand of a students. So the fourth strand is all about the literacy and numeracy strategies. So teachers must help students improve in teaching teachers should help students to improve in writing, reading, and math problems. So like for example, letting students read stories, and after read stories, let students answer comprehension questions. And also, of course, teachers must help students to practice simple math word problems. So the fifth strand is all about the critical and creative thinking. So of course, teachers must help students to think deeply, solve problems, and be creative. So like for example, asking students about a story about the story of Cinderella. So let students use their critical thinking to analyze and to think deeply of what is the story happened. And also these method strategies help students to enhance their critical thinking and also be creative. The 6 strands of a domain 1 about the content, knowledge, and pedagogy is all about the languages in teaching. So now, of course, as a future educator, as a professional teacher, we use effectively, as a teacher, we effectively using mother tongue, English, or either Filipino in our teaching or in our lessons. So like for example, using mother tongue for easy grade instructions. For in grade 1, in grade 2, so we use mother tongue as so the students can learn better and can understand better. And of course, in the higher grades, like for grade 7, like for grade 6, like for grade and etc. and above, so the teacher should using Filipino or English in their lessons or in their teaching. The last strands of a domain 1 about the content, knowledge, and pedagogy is all about the classroom communication. So of course, as a future educator or as a professional teachers, we must explain clearly and giving instructions to the students. Like for example, giving clear instructions for an activity and checking if students can understand about it.
Let's proceed to the domain 2. It is all about the learning environment. This domain is about creating a safe, fair, and supportive classroom where students can learn best. So the first strand is all about the learner safety and security. This strand is all about making sure students are physically and emotionally safe. Example, reminding students about safety rules during experiments. The second strand is all about the fair learning environment. This strand is all about treating all students equally without favoritism. Example, giving the same chance to recite or participate regardless of their background. The third strand is all about a classroom structure and activities. This strand is all about the organizing the classroom and lessons properly. Example, arranging chairs in groups for cooperative learning. The fourth strand is all about the support for learner participation. This strand is all about encouraging all students to join class activities. Example, calling shy students gently to share their ideas and opinions. And the fifth strand is all about a purposive learning. This strand is all about ensuring activities are meaningful and connected to real life. Example, teaching budgeting in math by letting students plan a simple classroom market. And the last strand is all about the management of learner behavior. This strand is all about handling discipline positively. Example, using rewards and reminders instead of shouting at misbehaving students.
Let's discuss the domain 4. It is all about the curriculum and planning. So this domain is about how teachers plan lessons and use the curriculum guide in teaching. We have 5 strands in domain 4. So the first strand is all about the planning and management. So teachers carefully prepare lessons, activities, and schedule. So like for example, a teacher creates a weekly lesson plan with objectives, activities, and also time allocation. Of course, as a teacher, as a future educator, it is very important to create a weekly lesson plan for our students in order to easy to understand, in order to easy to teach for our students. So the second strand is all about the learning outcomes aligned with competencies. So this strand is all about the lessons must match what students are expected to learn according to the DepEd competencies. So like for example, if the competency is solve word problems in math, so the teacher gives practice activities with real life problem solving for our students. The third strand is all about the relevance and responsiveness. So this strand is all about the lessons should connect the students' lives and needs. So like for example, teaching science about typhoons and relating it to disaster preparedness in the community. So the fourth strand is all about the professional collaboration. So this strand is all about the teachers should work together with colleagues to improve teaching. So like for example, teachers share strategies in a learning action cell or LAC session. The fifth strand is all about the resources including ICT. So this strand is all about the using book, visuals, and technology for better learning. So like for example, using PowerPoint or videos in presenting a lesson. So let's proceed in the domain 5. It is all about the assessment and reporting. So this domain is about how teachers measures learning and give feedback. So we have 5 strands in domain 5. So the first strand is all about the assessment strategies. So this strand is all about the choosing and using tests, quizzes and activities to measure learning or to measure the learning or of our students. So like for example, giving a quiz after a lesson or giving a quiz after discussing a lesson. So now as a teacher, it is very very often to use to give a quiz for our students after discussing a lesson. So the second strand is all about the monitoring progress. So this strand is all about a tracking student improvement over time. So like for example, recording scores in a grade book to see if a learner is improving. The third strand is all about a feedback to improve learning. So this strand is all about the giving comments that help students do better. So of course, as a teacher, we must giving feedback for our students, especially in the performance for our students. We must give feedback to improve them, to learn them better. So like for example, writing good effort, but check subject-verb agreement on a student's essay. So the fourth strand is all about the communicating with stakeholders. So this strand is all about the sharing student performance with parents or guardians. So like for example, updating their parents about grades during PTA meetings. So, the last strand or the fifth strand is all about using assessment data. So this strand is all about the using test results to improve teaching. So like for example, if many students fail in fraction, the teacher reteaches the topic in a simpler way. So let's proceed in the domain 6. It is all about the community linkages and professional engagement. So this domain is all about the how teachers work with the community and follow professional ethics. So we have 4 strands in domain 6. So the first strand is all about a responsive to community context. So this strand is all about the lessons should connect with the community's culture and needs. So like for example, teaching about local history and traditions in Araling Panlipunan. So the second strand is all about the engagement of parents and community. So this strand is all about the involving the parents and the community in student learning. So like for example, inviting parents to storytelling or community leaders to share knowledge or to share their knowledge in class. So the third strand is all about the professional ethics. So this strand is all about the teachers must follow moral and ethical standards. So of course, as a teacher or as a future educator, it is very important for us to follow the moral and ethical standards in our community, in school, or other country because it is a way to show our integrity, our honesty, and our dedication in teaching. Because moral and ethical standards, it is very important for a professional teacher to show our integrity and our dedication and our passion in teaching. So the last and the fourth strands is all about the school policies and procedures. So this strand is all about the following school rules and DepEd guidelines. So the last domain, the domain 7, is all about the personal growth and professional development. So this domain is about how teachers continue to grow personally and professionally to become better educator or to become better educators. So the second strand is all about the dignity of teaching as a profession. So this strand is all about that teachers must uphold the honor and respect of the profession by acting as role models. So like for example, a teacher comes to class on time and treats students with fairness, and respect. So the third strand is all about the professional links with colleagues. So this strand is all about the teachers should work with fellow teachers and share ideas to improve teaching. And of course, the fourth strand is all about a professional reflection and learning. So this strand is all about a teachers reflect on their teaching and find ways to improve. So like for example, after noticing that many students struggled in a test, so the teacher reviews their teaching, or the teachers reviews their teaching method and tried a new approach. So the last strand, or the fifth strand, is all about a professional development goals. So this strand is all about a teachers should set personal goals to keep improving their skills.
Professional development goals are specific targets that help you improve your skills and performance in your job or career. By setting these goals, you can focus on growing professionally, overcoming weaknesses, and achieving success in your field.